All right, so Shadow Dancer's my normal, and so far it's functioning the strongest. The next one we're going to try that is a melee destiny is Legendary Dreadnaught. So we're going to use Dire Attack. And we will use the mantle. We're going to buff up the mantle as much as we can. There's our imbue die. The action boosts, this counts as an action boost, my haste, so getting those boosted is good. Not going to worry about these because it's not that much. Not going to worry about armor class. I don't have power attack. This is when we're in the okay, so we want that. We want double strike. We're not going to worry about this. Activating an action boost grants you... Okay, we will do this because anytime I activate my haste, it's going to boost my ability scores. So that's really good. And we want this one. We'll get as much as this as we can get, but I want to see what else these are. Whenever you activate an action boost, you gain 10% to attack speed. So this will just make our attack speed even faster. Right now it's 30%. That'll make it 40%. Weapon attacks against creatures that are afraid or shaken. We'll take a stack of vulnerability. Yeah, we'll take that. Legendary Dreadnaught Epic Strike boosted to a stun. We'll take that. We'll take this bonus to helpless in the mantle. Action boost, you have displacement. Not necessary. I already have it. So we'll take that. +1. I don't have the tactician feat. I don't really care about the bonus to flanking, although, I mean, if I have the points, I'll take that, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, we don't have power attack. I don't care about that. Bludgeon, piercing, or slashing. Let's see. I'm using piercing. Using a piercing weapon. Yep, there it's. Rally is a cleave that I can use while crowd controlled. Okay, I don't have improved trip. Do I have improved sunder from here? Do I get it from here? We're taking action, hero. While you're in your mantle, enemies you hit have a chance to regenerate a boost. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. We're just gonna take this just because. I'm not sure. And then we'll do that. And then let me see if there's any, like, so that's just hit points. That's just heal amp. This is the one where we pick between flanking or just attack boost. Obviously, we'll take that if... This is power attack, which I don't have. And I don't have precision either. So I don't have power attack or precision, so this wouldn't help us. I mean, I could get more armor class, but armor class... I'm not stacking armor class, and you really don't get good armor class until you have like 400 armor class, right? So if you have 120 armor class and you get 130 armor class, that's not going to matter. So I'm not going to worry about that. And we already have displacement. So it looks like the only one here that would actually benefit us is this. Okay. All right, so we spent all the points that we can in this tree, and a lot of it's yummy. So let's see if it popped up anything. Did it give me improved sunder? I don't see it. No. Okay. So we're going to throw all this stuff off the bar since we're not using it. And Here's Action Hero. I think Action Hero is the best epic moment in the game. I really do. It's so good. And it has the coolest name. There's our rally. There's our dire charge. There's our dread mantle. We're not using quick cuts or primal scream because we're not touching that. That's what we normally use. So all this other stuff looks really good. Okay, so that's fine. So we're good to go now. We're doing the same thing. Shard and Welcome, R1. Same weapon, it's just the phase sword. Same buffs.
Here, atop one of Sharn's lofty towers. She can help
and we're going to see how we do.
Isabet tells you to take the elevator up to the terrace, then speak to Lucien Vaunt. Her employer wants you to pass along some information about the Stormridge beacon. You enter the boarding house.
Alright, here's my trance.
In the hustle and bustle of the city.
And I'm going to speed boost. And we're going to take out this Fear Reaper.
Reduces the elevator to a smoking ruin. You'll have to find another way up to the terrace.
Alright, Fear Reaper's
the windows
gone.
Shatter, an agile form
I'm taking a lot of damage, so
the boarding house is under
I was able to knock down that champ. Trying to heal. I'm going to turn around and basically roar on everything. Okay. I was able to stun that dude and hit him for like 7,000 damage. I have not had to use the second wind yet. Alright, there's a roar. Renewal is doing a pretty good job keeping me up. Okay, I'm gonna roar again. This Fey touched. I have to use the second wind just because it got really low. That looks really good. The damage looks really high. Alright, so we got a little bit of a different...
This looks more like an office than a boarding house.
Different, like, mix up with that Fear Reaper at the beginning, but still, and there were a lot of champs. Get fully healed up. So since I'm not using color spray really during these tests, I'm just gonna move that speed boost right there. The good thing about this legendary Dreadnaught is that it will regenerate these. So I have to watch out for this Sorcerer that's on these stairs here. Right there. So there's my roar. He knocked me down with a Cyclonic Blast. I have to use the second wind. For some reason, he's not... I hit him with my dire charge, but he didn't get stunned. Okay, the Sork is dead, finally. Okay, just speed boosted myself. I hit those dudes really hard. Gonna dire charge this beast mark if I can target him. Right there. Stun a bunch of them, but not the beast mark. So I'm gonna roar. Finally got him. Alright, so that champ is dead. I was able to knock these down. So the damage looks about the same. You know, the base damage. It's just, again, my survivability is a lot more questionable. Especially being in light armor, right? Like, the dire charge is nice, though. It does a really nice knockdown. Okay, I roared at the Famine Reaper, is why he's just standing there. So that damage looks really good. We're gonna roar at these three. I hit those, yeah, like I got some really big numbers on those. But remember that my helplessness damage... Where am I? It is 50%. So basically, that's why that number was so big. Alright, dire charge at the trapper. We knocked it down and stunned it. And then I just roared. We're just gonna keep attacking them. And you can see a bunch of big numbers. Dire charged at that pandemonium, dude. It stunned them. Sundered them. So it's about 276 is my average strike, 280. That is exactly the same as the other two, as Shadow Dancer and Fate Singer. But we're seeing a lot of... Oh, Dire Charge is not that far. Too bad it doesn't work like Star Wars The Old Republic with the Sith Warrior leap, or the Jedi leap. Like, you could actually, if you can target them and leap to them, it goes all the way to them. This here, apparently you got to get a lot closer to Dire Charge than I was, but... So I'm going to haste boost here, and then I'm going to turn around and hit them with my roar, and then I got knocked down by a command by a cleric, so I'm shield blocking on the ground, but likely it's... I got commanded again. Probably going to second wind. Alright, I was able to do that thing that the legendary Dreadnaught gets that you can do when you're helpless. Dire charged. We're able to knock that one dude out. I'm going to roar at that group. God, I've got to take this healer out. Okay, the healer's dead. There's another roar on the enforcer. There's a charge. So some of these numbers look really good. But again, my survivability is just a lot more dodgy. I only have one second wind left, so I'm actually going to have to use that shrine, which we have not had to do yet. Alright, so for here, I'm going to haste, and then we are going to turn around and roar.
You won't be getting up to the terrace this way.
And seeing a lot of really good damage numbers, but I'm taking a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna try to get myself healed up a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna dire charge this dude. There's a roar. Okay, so I had to roar out on him. They saved versus the dire charge, which is insane to me because my DCs are so high. Like, my dire charge save is 100, which, considering that I'm not using a sentient weapon that's boosted, you know, like if I were using a legitimate sentient weapon with all the filigrees and like 9 or 10 slots open on it, these numbers would be a lot higher. The other thing too is I don't have the correct artifact on. I'm wearing a sapphire spyglass just because it was the only artifact that I could find. Like, I should technically have a charisma one on, but most of the charisma artifacts are for casters, so... Alright, so we're gonna do the last fight, so I'm gonna shrine just to reset my second wins. We have got to focus the Sorcerer immediately up here. We're gonna punch everything, our speed boost, our trance, and then we're gonna hit Action Hero. And we're gonna go and try to kill that Sorc immediately. Alright, so here's the trance. There's the speed boost. There's Action Hero.
The way up to the terrace is just
and here we go. Dire Charge, Roar.
You hear a
Gotta get this stupid Sorc dead. Alright, great.
The beast descends the ramp, one unlike anything you've seen before.
And I have to make sure that I watch my health. There's a Dire Charge on that champ. I knocked him down. It's great. Try to get this Trigger Man. Alright, Trigger Man's dead. Dire Charge on that Trigger Man. Knocked him down. Going to have to second wind. And we'll sunder that dude. Alright, so he's dead. I'm going to hit my renewal, and then we'll try to focus on one of these two. So our damage looks really good, but I'm taking a lot of damage. Gonna have to second wind. But the damage numbers look really good. But again, you know, it's all about the same, like, the base numbers from Shadow Dancer and Fate Singer are all the same as the base numbers we're seeing here. I think we saw more burst with Fate Singer, and Shadow Dancer just has so much more survivability built into it. Like, we become much more survivable, much less of like a glass cannon. So I have to second wind. Really want to get this dinosaur dead. Alright, there's a renewal. I'm going to second wind just because I'm taking a lot of damage. Really don't want to have to use up all of my second wins, but I think I have to use another one. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of double strikes, which is great. I just hit him for almost 7,000. That's really good. Alright, there's my last second wind. Hopefully I can get this dude dead between now and the time. Otherwise, I'll have to jump on the bookcase and sort of heal up a little bit. 25%. Yeah. I mean, they're getting a lot of burst on me. So I'm just going to stay up here and heal up a little bit and then jump back down. Alright. Hopefully I can get this clan leader dead. Try to keep myself facing the dinosaur so he's not flanking me. So my death blow to him was pretty big.
And learn what became of Lucien Vaunt.
So we're immune to his knockdown. He's trying to knock me down, but you can see the numbers look really good. Alright, I have to renew myself. Hopefully my hots roll up and get me back to 50%. Alright, I'm gonna renew. Alright, I'm over 50. Okay. Big hits. My death blow is about 600 on him. It's good. It was a lot harder, but I think that what we're seeing is that in my normal build in Shadow Dancer, my defenses are a lot better. You know, I get incorporeality, my concealment goes way up, my dodge is the same, but so far it's still my build is still functioning the best, and that isn't necessarily an accident, right? Because my build is a collection of everything that I've learned. So when I was putting together my Damage Lord build, I kind of cherry-picked all the stuff that I thought would help me to make a really survivable, fun character to play. But that doesn't mean for anybody else it's going to be the best. Somebody else may be able to excel, because everybody's going to play a little bit different, right? Like, keep in mind, I'm still using the Phase Sword. Most people in Legendary would use, like, a weapon where they can slot filigrees and get all that strength. So, this particular Destiny would benefit from that. You know, we're doing tests. They're close. They're general tests, though. It's not going to be every specific player. And if you yourself play you may be able to do better than I am doing in it. But I'm just giving a general taste based on my gameplay and what I've seen. So this is really good. It's just much more of a glass cannon. Like, you become really good at, like, dishing out lots of damage with lots of action boosts. And Dire Charge is great, especially, I'm assuming, if my save word is 100, if you can get it even higher, I'm sure it's just going to knock everything down. And that's really good for, like, champs and stuff like that. And then added with the Dragon Roar, and then having that rally, that's really good. And then Action Hero, like I said, is arguably one of the best epic moments in the game, probably followed only by Shadow Dancers, you know, PKing everything without a saving throw. That's also really strong, which I demonstrated that earlier. So to respec, this is 330,000 plat. And I'll say it again, I don't mean to soapbox rant, but we should not be punishing players who want to play around with builds in DDO. DDO is a build-based game with thousands of different builds. New players are going to come here and they won't have millions of plat to do what I'm doing. It just so happens that I have it and I can afford it, but it should not be like this, nor should it be like this for a VIP. Somebody who pays a sub to this game should be able to respec for free. Now, I'm not saying for me personally, I care, because I have more plat than I don't even know what to do with all the plat. It's stupid, but the point is, if I were new to this game, this would be a massive turnoff to me. Because if, let's say I only had 300,000 plat, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Nor would I want to spend all my plat just to fix a mistake. Let's say I made a mistake. Like, it's idiotic. The devs need to rethink their position on this respecking to payment to respec thing. It should be free. It especially should be free when they release an update to a system that people are going to want to test, right? Like, I understand that we have to have, like, plat sinks, but there's better ways to get people to spend plat, you know.